Hello, everyone. Now, you might not already notice. No, I don't think anyone would notice already what's on my shirt. Okay. If you have no idea what says on my shirt, be brave, stay wild. Some of you might not know what's going on. Well, anyways, uh, for the people who recognize this and know exactly what this means right here, then okay, this video will be for you. If you don't know what this means, then I'll explain to you. Okay, so first of all, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to not miss anything on Mark Brand. So okay, this. Some of you might be noticing it and recognizing it. Coyote Peterson's Brave Adventures. And if have nothing, you have no idea what this is, like if you're thinking, what? Okay, then I'll explain it. And okay, first I'll do it for the people who know what this means. And if you don't know what this means, then you could just pause the video or something. So, first for the people who know what this is. Uh, yep, you know what this is, right? Yeah. Be Brave, Stay Wild, Coyote Peterson, His Brave Adventures. Yeah, they are right here in this book. Okay, now, for the people who don't know, Coyote Peterson is a very, very, very famous YouTuber. He has a million of subscribers, a million of comments on each video, and a million of likes. So he's a very famous YouTuber. His name is Coyote Peterson. As you can see, there he is in the middle holding a flashlight. There's Mark, Mario, and Chance. They're the editors and filmers of each video. And Coyote Peterson, um, it, he explores animals and stuff. So you see a panther, a crocodile, a salmon, a snapping turtle, some other guy, a Gila monster, a buffalo, and a scorpion, and some other stuff. So he explores animals. And this book is about breaking trails. So he has a lot of episodes. One of them is Breaking Trail, the other is On Location, Base Camp, also Beyond the Tide, and a lot of other episodes. So I love this guy. I love him. I watch his videos all the time, and I love it. So of course I'm part of this. I'm part of his subscriber, and again for the people who are okay now, everyone knows what's this about, and I'm part of the pack. So I'm part of the pack because I have this book right here. So today I'll be reading chapter 1. Now you can just see the chapter 1 is going to be the dragon when he caught a snapping turtle. See this when he was little. And then chapter 2 is Raju Buffalo when he was a teenager. He was chased by a buffalo and he jumped off a cliff to escape the buffalo. Chapter 3 is King of the Everglades when Coyote was already an adult and he jumped on an alligator or crocodile in Florida to catch it. Chapter 4 is Capture Your Monsters. Capture monsters as when he caught a Gila monster and he didn't get bitten, so that's good. Chapter 5 is Things That Crawl in the Night. It's about tarantulas and all of his stings and the bullet ant challenge. Chapter 6, Dangerous Things Come in Small Packages. What's that about? Dangerous things come in small packages. Oh, it's about when he caught a little jungle frog. Oh, and things that crawl in the night was about when he handled the tarantula, he let it crawl on his back. And chapter 7 is bear scare, when Coyote was in Alaska, and there's a lot of brown bears there, so they found a brown bear. And chapter 8 is swimming with giants. There, that is where I'm reading right now. Swimming with giants is when he was swimming with like these sea cows. These guys, he was swimming with them. So swimming with giants. And chapter 9 is the Great Salmon Adventure, when I don't know what happened there. He caught a salmon, I think. Yeah. And then chapter 10 is the Shadow Stalker. So he handled a panther or a cheetah or whatever that is. So again, I love this guy, and that's why I have this book. So be brave, stay wild. That's what he says on the end of every of his videos. He goes, "I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave," and whatever he has. This Skyla monster. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. So that's what he says. I love that. So Coyote Peterson's Brave Adventures: Wild Animals in the Wild World. I'm gonna be reading chapter 1. You could take another closer look at all the animals on the cover. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, it has a lot of stuff in the beginning. The things we fear in life often lead to our greatest adventures. Coyote Peterson. Then it has an introduction or something. This book is dedicated to the Coyote Pack with each and every one of you. Blah blah blah. Then each one says their own thing. That one's from Mark Clavens. Actually, my name's Mark, and there's a Mark and Brave Wilderness. Mario Decoa, that's his thing to say. Chance Ross, and the editor Chris Coast. Contents, I did that. Okay, prologue to the parents. I'm not gonna read that. To the Coyote Pack. I told you there was a lot of stuff in the beginning until it finally gets to chapter 1, the dragon. Okay, when he was little, when he was 8 years old, when he caught a snapping turtle. Let's get started. All great stories start at the beginning, and in case our beginning happens to the warm summer evening when I was 8 years old. They call this time of the day golden hour because the sun cascades through the tree branches. It breaks apart into the warm light, illuminating the meadow grasses and causing the landscape to radiate a beautiful golden hue. Golden hour is the perfect time of the day to encounter animals. As I yanked on my rubber muck boots and cut through the glowing grasses, my stride was fixed on quickly making it down to the lake. Welcome to my backyard. Now keep in mind, my backyard was no ordinary backyard with a mowed lawn, a picket fence, and a sandbox. My backyard was an epic expanse of untamed woodlands composed endless forests, rolling meadows, and winding creeks, and one of the most enormous lake in the center of it all. Crickets orchestrated my soundtrack, and as I drew closer to the water's edge, including the sound of the evening's first bullfrog croaked out with the unstacked cable deep below as a surefire sign that the wetland enclosed was live with activity. So there's Coyote's boots, there's him looking at the lake, and there's around. And as I drew closer, wait, I read that, okay. Water snakes skitter along the embankment searching for prey. Muskrat breaks the surface of the water, dancing in the flickering light, and a great blue heron stealthily walked for fish in the hollows. I stopped at the edge of the lake as my boots squished into the primordial mud and I closed my eyes. I felt a moment of peace as I connected with the wild and whispered to myself, let today be the day that I am brave enough to face the dragon. The dragon. As an 8-year-old boy, nothing captures your imagination more than believing that dragons do exist and that your bravery deep down inside to actually capture one. Capture the dragon? Wait a minute. Capture a dragon? Yes, you heard me right. Follow me for a moment. Close your eyes and as you leave your human body to become one with nature, pretend that you are a fish or a frog. Now dive beneath the water surface into the aquatic world of this giant lake. You were swimming under the weed beds and dodging around lily pad stems through a complete maze of unknown wonders. Then all of a sudden a round old rotting rock on a basin of a lake and wham! The flash of the power of the world blooms white. And before you even know what has happened, you have been eaten by a snapping turtle. Now open your eyes. Phew, good thing you're still a human. These reptiles, the common snapping turtles, are armed with a massive bone-crushing beak and razor-sharp claws, defended with a gland algae-covered shell and long spiked tail and prehistorically painted with camouflage that makes them almost invisible to irritate eye. So, you see, uh, carapace, top of shell, plastron, bottom of shell. Oh, dang, stuck again. I toppled backwards butt first and landed on the embankment after pulling with all my might. I finally freed my feet to stand up. Clunky start, but I dusted myself off and slowly began to creep along the edge of the lake. Shadows and stealth are what make snapping turtles so lethal. You see, if you're a member of an unexpected prey species and you are being hunted by a predator who knows how to use the shadows to its advantage, there's a good chance you will become a meal. How does that work, you ask? Well, most prey species feed on the illuminating of light, while the shadows keep the predators hidden, allowing them to stalk up seemingly below their prey while standing completely unnoticed. As soon as the unsuspecting target gets closer to the edge where the shadows meet the light, snap, dinner served. In this scenario, I considered myself to the predator and the snapping turtle my prey. Trust me when I say the only 8-year-old coyote will have such a thought. Looking back to this experiments now, I'm pretty sure I was nowhere near predator status in these early adventures. However, the golden hour to advantage when came back to sneaking up on this turtle. In the early evenings of snapping turtle moved from the deep in the shallow waters to hunt along the snake's edge. I knew if I found myself in the right place at the right time, I might stand a chance of making Merklin's match. Okay, so that was pretty much almost um, the part where he catches the dragon. Okay, I'll get to the part where he actually catches it. There are moments of your life where time becomes divided into two parts, before this and after this. I was stuck in a state of limbo, particularly because my boots were sinking in the mud, but also because my body was paralyzed with fear and excitement. Little did I know these coming moments would change the direction of my life forever. With the dragon less than 2 feet away from me and his hot front half tucked in the under the weed bed. I could definitely see him, but he could not see me. My mind began to race with strategy and explanation. What do I do? What do I do? I had to shot at catching this turtle. He was huge. Strike that. I mean massive. As an 8-year-old, I probably stood in the bathroom scale and pushed the needle about 65 pounds, and this turtle would easily top out right around 50. This would be a giant reptile. By now the sounds of nature had fallen silent. The frogs, the crickets, the wind, everything was still. I carefully and quietly lifted my left leg, and my boot sucking at the mud with a gulping sound as it released. I stood at one foot. The turtle had not moved. Holding my breath, I gently stepped deeper into the water, trying not to disturb the environment in any way whatsoever. With the toe of my boot cutting through the water surface, my leg submerged and went down deep, well over the rim of my boot. Almost instantly, the water flooded in, soaking my foot, and turtle-like ooze soon followed, turning my sock black. Okay, I'll show you the pictures. There, he jumped on a snapping turtle and caught it. Oh boy, Mama's gonna make me throw out this pair of socks for sure, but who cares, I thought. This is the dragon. This is my moment. I was now less than a foot from the reptile. It was within the arm's reach. I could feel beads of sweat running down my face as the hairs went back to my neck and stood up. My heart was in maximum overdrive and beats echoed in my eardrum. I began to lean down toward the water, and then the turtle moved. Not a lot, just a little. It was very closely beginning to turn. The reptile was hunting, and I prayed that I had just not become its target. The back edge of its shell, which scuffed with jagged spikes, continued to turn towards me. I needed to act quickly. If it turned all the way, my opportunity would be lost because I had to catch it from the back of its shell. Otherwise, it would be looking straight into my face of the beast with those bone-crushing jaws. Do it, Coyote. Grab the back of the turtle's shell before it turns around and you lose your shot at landing the dragon. Do it, do it, do it. Then my blind moment of instability, I plunged my arms into the water, grabbed onto the back of its shell. The world stood still. Not a sound, not a gust of wind, just complete empty silence in my mind. In that moment, the silence lasted for hours, but in reality, it lasted for less than a second, and then, boom, my world exploded. In a flurry of claws and splashing, the giant reptile realized something, or in its case, someone had grabbed it. The massive upper shell, which was covered in green, slimy algae, breathed to the surface and sent a tidal wave of water crashing over my arms and soaking my clothes. The sharp, piercing pain suddenly shot up my arm after my mind realized that I had taken a handful of razor-sharp claws. I let go of the turtle and fell backward. The dragon spun in confusion and my mind in a daze. My hands are off the turtle. It's getting away. No! I screamed as I rocketed to my feet. With my boots stuck in the mud, I pulled my feet free from them and went headfirst into water after the turtle's shell. In blind grab the face, I managed to lead back to the turtle's shell, and boy, it was angry. 50 pounds of furious reptile began to pull me down into deeper water. I was nearly waist deep and panic was beginning to set in. What if the turtle drags me under? What if it turns around and bites me? What if it eats me? I can tell you this much. Snapping turtles don't eat humans. So that's pretty much what chapter 1 is another set of pictures. He's sitting right there with smiling with the turtle on the ground, and then he went back to his house, smiling silently. And then it's chapter 2, Raju Buffalo. So that was chapter 1. If you like this video, please subscribe if you already had it, and I'll see you on the next video. Sheesh, thank you so much, my brain, that I hadn't said channel again, because I always say I'll see you on the next channel. I need to say on the next video. So finally I said video. I need to practice doing that. Okay, if you liked exploring Coyote Peterson was fun, make sure, I don't know. Okay, that's gonna be the end of the video. Bye everybody. I'll see you on the next video. Maybe it's gonna be Dogman. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Dogman. Okay, bye everyone.